Hello and hello and welcome to our consciousness update for April. I can't believe it's April already. And so April, this month is a really big month. So 2024 is called by my guide Mark the year for transcendence. And April is a big opportunity for transcendence. Let's just call it that way. So I'm calling this month Reset and Disruptions. So the biggest reset will be Monday for a total solar eclipse. That is the last eclipse that's going to be seen in the United States, I think, for the next 20 years. So the solar eclipse it's happening on the new moon. It's happening on Monday, which is also, this new moon is the beginning of the Vedic year, the Vedic New Year. So there's a lot of newness in this eclipse, and there's a lot of turbulence. So I'm calling this a reset. So what happens in the eclipse, of course, is your shadows get illuminated. All shadows get illuminated. So it's a great deal of turbulence. It's a great deal of darkness coming to light, because when the shadows are illuminated, we get to see into the inner shadows, the things that we've been maybe tiptoeing over, but we haven't fallen into, we haven't delved into, or maybe we've been stuck in the inner shadows. So it's really an opportunity to see where you've been, where we've been as a collective, and heal, to choose differently, and to heal what we don't want to move forward into our future. The astrologer Pam Gregory calls this eclipse a wild card. So pushes us to our true path, it really pushes us to big changes. And I want you to think, sometimes we think about big negative changes is horrible and we want to stay away from them. But if you look at your own life, probably the big negative things, maybe a health crisis, maybe a divorce, loss of someone close to you, getting fired from a job, those things that are negative, if you think about it, are probably the pivot points or the change points for your life that get you out of your comfort zone and into something totally new. I know as I looked at my life, my gosh, 2 divorces, getting fired from 2 big jobs twice, yeah, that goes without saying, changed my life. One time I just moved to Australia for no apparent reason and lived there for 6 years. So really, after you get over the charge of something negative happening and the turbulence happening, stop, take stock in it, and realize that, yes, you have made your most important changes often when you've been pushed to the edge. And this time right now is really pushing us outside of our comfort zone. And it's on the edges where changes really happen. So we're really being forced to change our patterns. The second thing this month, I'm calling this resets and disruptions, is a major disruption, even more than an eclipse. So this disruption happens on April 20th. And again, I'm not an astrologer, so I listen to them. But on April 20th is a major conjunction between Uranus and Jupiter. What that means to us, my friend Morgan McKenna of originsastrologer.com, she calls this time the Great Interrupter. So we're having a big reset. So the eclipse is a great interrupter. And then we have this conjunction. So people are talking about turbulence in the financial markets. We see turbulence in Mother Earth. 3 days ago, the major earthquake in Taiwan. This morning, an earthquake in New York and New Jersey. That's very rare. So earth changes are going to give us turbulence. Again, a continuing war and uncertainty gives us turbulence. So this month begins kind of what you might call a great karmic showdown, where all of our accumulated karma in our old wheels of going back around and round and round is being looked at as a whole, not just your last life, but the karmic wheel as a whole, to give us an opportunity to move us to this new time. And we're talking about in the Vedic scriptures, we're moving from the age of iron, or the darkest age, the Kali Yuga, to an age, the Satya Yuga, which is the age of truth, the age of light, the golden age. So we are in that period. So the opportunity I see, especially when I'm doing personal sessions for people, of course, because they come for a personal session because so much is hitting the fan for them. And as we help them get out of the entanglement that they've been in, I've seen with my clairvoyance that as they change, I see all their ancestors lined up, because their ancestors couldn't make these changes. The frequencies of our collective consciousness were lower then. So we've been going back through all this karmic darkness. When you change, and that's sometimes why all this is hitting us now, it's because now we can deal with it. The frequencies are higher than ever before. The golden light is here more than ever before. The darkness is illuminated more than ever before because of the brightness of the light. But I am seeing that we are transforming this for our ancestors. They're just waiting with their fingers crossed, saying, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. I couldn't. So it really is a remarkable opportunity for evolving. It seems like we've been devolving for so long, and even now, it seems like we're falling into a pit, but we are on the fast track of evolution. We really are. And I'm looking at disruptions this month with the Great American Solar Eclipse and this conjunction, but also 2 days after the conjunction is Passover, Jewish Passover. And that again marks a breakout, a breakthrough of when the Jewish people were liberated and left Egypt. So everything you're feeling in your life, imagine it's just amplified, and that's what we're seeing in the world. So what is your responsibility in this time? Number one, be aware and awake. Because when there's all this chaos, what we tend to do is want to hide, curl up in a ball, and contract. Well, that's exactly the opposite of what we should be doing. So we contract, we're selfish, we go, oh, I don't know, I can't save that, so I'm just going to think about me. And we get selfish sometimes. So our opportunity is, don't do that. This is the time not to follow what everybody else is doing and into those rabbit holes. Stay expanded, stay prayerful, stay in grace, keep meditating, keep your vibes high, because that's what helps people. Show up with your light. And you might not, the way I see it, I'm calling this manage your fears, that there's a big magnet, and that's the negative magnet, and it pulls everyone to it because it's so strong. Well, there's this positive magnet too. And this positive magnet, there's not so many who are attuned to it yet. But please make sure that you are attuned to grace, to positivity, to hopefulness, to synchronicity. Because in this time of turbulence, bad stuff happens, but great stuff shows up that had been buried before. So be aware of I'm going to call it the silver lining of synchronicity. Look for it, ask God for it. It is there. The other part of managing your fears, besides staying away from the magnet of negativity, is be careful of your focus. What happens when the world's in chaos is I have a vision of everybody's in this mud pit, right? And they're down in the pit and they're throwing mud at each other. And we watch TV, we watch the internet, and we kind of want to get in that mud pit too and sling mud at the people we don't like. Stay out of the mud pit. The only way we can help our world is not to devolve into the mess, but to stay outside. And when they're ready, they'll reach up, we'll reach down, and then we can help them. So stay out of the pit. The pit is addictive because in managing your fear, our survival instinct is based on fear. The whole Kali Yuga of darkness is an age of survival. It's an age of fear. So that's what we've been programmed to in order to survive. We in this time are establishing new programs, new paradigms, not based on fear and survival, but based on spiritual growth, evolution, love. So manage your fears, manage your focus, don't contract, stay expanded as you can, watch for synchronicity. This is the year of the dragon, the most powerful astrological animal in the Chinese zodiac. So everything that happens is powerful. Stay with your power. Welcome and harvest the light that's coming, the grace that's coming in this year of transcendence. And let's together break the pattern of meeting change with fear. Let's meet change with open arms, because what has been here is not our future and our collective future. So to help support us in all this, Monday is the eclipse, the Great American Eclipse. I'm going to be watching it in Texas, where it's supposed to be cloudy, darn it. Tuesday, I have our second initiation of our initiation trilogy. So it's going to be broadcast at noon Denver time, 8 p.m. in Europe. It's broadcast, it's part of 3 trilogies, but if you want, you just buy this one, the Great American Eclipse Initiation. So we're not going to talk about what I've talked about today. It's really an energetic portal, a huge portal. What I do is channeled. I never know what's happening. The other thing that we're doing, continue to support you, is the Mark Monday classes that are channeled. The course now in the this series of the 12th dimension is called Grace. We've had only the first 2 classes of this Grace class. It's amazing. It's so different. It's as if grace is anchored in your body more than I've ever felt it or seen it in other people. You can watch the first Grace class for free on YouTube or on my website, and then you can sign up to take classes 2 through 8. And please join us. You don't have to have done this ever before, because Mark's built a platform over the last 35 years of channeling. Just jump in, because grace is for all of us. The other thing to let you know about is I just recorded an interview with Loren Galley of New Earth One Network. And that's, I was talking about multidimensional ascension and how I see it happening. It was a 1-hour interview. Loren does a great job, and that's on her YouTube channel. So New Earth One Network. We'll see if we can get it on our YouTube channel, but it's not there yet. And the third activation after this one, which is Tuesday, will be on the June solstice, and that's the solstice with Pele, because I'll be in Hawaii working with the energies of the volcano. So you all, resets and disruptions. Disruptions call forth a reset. You know where you're going. Let's reset from the old. Let's help the collective do the same. And let's surf on the turbulence, because it's required for the magnitude of the change that we came to inspire. Thank you, and blessings.
Yay.